Mr. Chairman, before I ask my questions, since it has not yet been done, I think it's important to really make sure that the jingoistic, bigoted testimony of Mr. Homan is called out as nearly completely untrue, as being an outrage, and as a former official directing the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, he should know better.
Mr.
Making
Chairman,
sure that I am...
Mr. Chairman.
No, this is my 5 minutes.
Well, what did I say was inaccurate?
Today, we're diving into a very heated exchange from a recent congressional hearing that's making headlines across the country. It's the face-off between Reverend Debbie Wasserman Schultz and former ICE Director Tom Homan. And trust me, it got intense. From accusations of bigotry to bold claims about the border crisis, this hearing was less about diplomacy and more like political warfare. Let's break it all down in 10 sharp bullet points so you don't have to sit through the whole thing.
Okay, I'm not asking a question.
Okay, the gentlelady is recognized for 5 minutes. She's made her point, and I will try to resolve any other issues at the end of her questioning. Okay.
Thank you. So I just think it's important that it's not accepted as accurate testimony.
Okay. Mr. Homan, is there a crisis on the border?
Of course.
And has there been a crisis there for a long time?
Yes.
I just want to get, because your testimony was at the broader issue, and this is critically important, but we also have a broader issue there. We got unbelievable numbers we've seen on the border with apprehensions and everything else, right?
Absolutely. If I can respond to the earlier remark from Wasserman Schultz, I forgot more about this issue than you ever know. So if you say my testimony is inaccurate, it's wrong. Everything I said here is accurate. Bottom line. If you want to go toe-to-toe, I'm here. I'm here in my own time to speak to the American people about what's false and what's
I'm sure happy
fact.
to go toe-to-toe with you, Mr. Homan.
Well,
happy
I'm
to do
here.
that any day.
But you got to let me respond to your question rather than dropping a bomb and running away.
It was my time.
So
and I
there's a
wasn't
crisis
asking you a
on the
question.
board.
Is there anything you'd like to respond to what you've heard today?
Yeah, I'd like to respond to Acting Chairman Jay Paul and your comment about the Trump administration moving money around for more detention beds. I'd like to remind you, under the Obama administration, we did that most of the years he was president. We moved money around. DHS is called reprogramming. We did that under the Obama administration. I don't remember any hearings on that. And also, I'd like to remind you that under the Obama administration, I mean, you're quick to point out that the cages were built under the Obama administration. I was there. Family detention, we had 100 family beds under the Obama administration. We built 3,000 more. So when there was a surge in FY14 and FY15 on the border, Congress was quick to give all the money we needed to build detention facilities, get transportation contracts. We reprogrammed money out of the majority of the years he was president. That was fine. Under Obama administration, FY12, we removed 409,000 people, half of what was removed last year. There was no hearings on that. So this is about transparency. Let's be factual about it.
The time of the gentleman has expired. Since you did address some comments at me, I'll just say that I didn't like it under the Obama administration either. In fact,
but be honest with the American people. You can't point out faults in the Trump administration when it happened under the Obama administration. That's dishonesty. It's pathetic and it's sad.
Mr. Homan, I control the time, and I am the chairwoman of the committee. Thank you for respecting that. I didn't like it under the Obama administration, and I'll remind you, Mr. Homan, that you also testified before Congress in support of the Obama's Priorities Enforcement Program before the Senate Judiciary Committee on May 19th, 2016, which had a very different approach.
Well, can I respond to that?
Can
I respond to that?
No.
Of course not.
And I want to give you some time, but I do want to ask one quick question, and I want to make one quick statement. I find it very offensive that anybody would compare any federal employee, frankly, to someone who, the Gestapo or running Nazi concentration camps. That is very offensive. I have 15 seconds and I yield it to you.
Thank you for saying that. I wish somebody in Democratic leadership would say that out loud. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one witness, one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority. The
I
gentlewoman,
respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for
excuse
me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
The witness will suspend.
It all starts with Debbie Wasserman Schultz taking the mic and going straight for the jugular. She doesn't just disagree with Tom Homan, she slams his testimony, calling it jingoistic, bigoted, and nearly completely untrue. No easing in, no pleasantries, just straight-up political fire. Homan tries to jump in and defend himself immediately, but Schultz isn't having it. She reminds everyone, it's her 5 minutes, and she's not asking a question yet. At this point, even the committee chairman steps in, trying to keep the peace and maintain order. He lets Schultz continue, saying any disputes can be handled afterward. Then comes the actual question, is there a crisis on the border? Homan answers with a firm yes. And here's where things really start to build. Enter Reverend Jim Jordan. He throws his support behind Homan, adding that the crisis has been ongoing for years. He points to the overwhelming numbers at the border, from apprehensions to other enforcement stats, and backs Homan's claims entirely. This starts to feel less like a hearing and more like two sides of a war room. Now it gets really personal. Homan hits back hard, saying, and I quote, "I've forgotten more about this issue than you'll ever know." He accuses Schultz of misrepresenting facts and makes it clear he's not backing down. Schultz responds just as fiercely, saying she's happy to go toe-to-toe any day. What follows is a back and forth of interruptions, personal digs, and escalating tension. It's chaotic, confrontational, and absolutely political theater at its finest. Real quick, if you're finding this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the biggest political showdowns in America. Amid all the shouting and posturing, there is a real issue at the center of this drama, the U.S. southern border crisis. Both sides agree there's a problem. The disagreement is over how it's being portrayed, who's to blame, and what the right solutions are. Unfortunately, the personal attacks seem to overshadow that discussion, which is exactly why moments like this get viral. They spark outrage, not solutions. So here's the takeaway. What should have been a focused debate on policy turned into a political slugfest. Whether you agree with Tom Homan or Debbie Wasserman Schultz, one thing's clear. The border crisis remains one of the most divisive issues in America right now. Drop a comment below. Whose side are you on? Was Homan right to stand his ground? Or did Schultz expose real flaws in his testimony? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more political deep dives, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.